Hello.
Barry's got hiccups.
I've got hiccups.
What a way to start the podcast. We pressed record and then Perry started hiccuping.
Hello. I'm Perry.
I'm Ed.
And we're guys playing games. And then welcome back for episode 15?
Yeah,
16,
you're right.
15.
No, you're right. It is
15.
number 15.
It's number 15. How are you? You right?
Yeah, good. We've just eaten a lot of meat.
I'm not going to lie, I'm dying.
In fact, I couldn't finish all my meat, and then you ate
So I
the
finished
rest
it.
of my meat after eating all of your meat.
As is tradition.
This is sounding quite gross, just talking about meat. Eating each other's meat.
Well, no, you made it gross. It was a nice, innocent chat about kebabs. And now you've made it weird. Anyway, tell these people what you've been playing this week. Swiftly change the subject. For fuck's sake.
What have I been playing this week? Okay, so this week I have been dipping into. I like my mobile games.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few mobile games that I play on a daily basis.
Are you still playing the Star Wars game?
I am still playing the Star Wars game.
Actually, wow, you've been playing that for a long time.
So
now.
yeah, no, I'm in. So yeah, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. I've been playing it. Yeah, coming up on 2 years now. And I kind of
Holy shit!
I did actually lapse for a while, for probably about 6 months. I didn't really touch it, but then when I came back to it, I joined a guild, and now like it's kind of have to do your daily guild stuff, and you know there's like the raids and the territory battles, and they're just about to launch a couple of new. They're about to launch a guild v guild thing next week, I think. So there's actually quite a lot going on in it, and they keep adding more characters, and there's getting to the point where there's way too much stuff to farm and keep up with. I mean, I'm like not top tier by any stretch. We got a few guys in the guild who are like pretty high up.
Is it one of those games where you can microtransaction to win?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's free to play, like it's a free game. But yeah, if you pump money into it, you can level the characters up quite quick.
It's nuts how much people put into these mobile games.
It really is.
Like Clash of Clans is another big one. Like people put huge amounts of money into that game.
Yeah, like tens of thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Crazy.
Yeah. So although I have been playing that, that's not what I'm going to talk about. Because I play that all the time.
Yeah. Sorry, detour. My bad.
No, that's all right. What I have been playing, the Lineage 2 Revolution, I think it's called.
Ooh.
Mobile MMO thing.
Ooh.
Came out end of last Friday, I think.
Okay. Well, what'd you think?
I am enjoying it. So it's based around the Lineage 2 PC MMO.
Mm-hmm.
You will probably have seen, if you're into games in any way, shape or form, I mean, you probably are if you're listening to this, you've probably seen adverts for this. They've gone quite heavy with their marketing campaign, and Conan O'Brien is splashed all over the advertising promoting it for no particular reason.
Okay.
So his face is accompanied by this game's adverts.
Good.
But yeah, so the game itself, it's as I say, it's kind of, what on earth was that noise?
That was a loud noise from my mobile phone. I'm sorry for being an awful person. I'll put it on silent right now.
Yeah, you do that.
As if you watch this, know that was you, and you ruined the podcast.
No,
Continue.
Now you're famous. It's a mobile MMO. It's got some interesting mechanics, which I should talk about in a second. It's a fairly typical in that you start a character, you pick a class. Once you get to, actually, I was going to say once you get to a level, but it's not a level. Once you complete a bunch of class-specific quests, you can then pick a specialization. And yeah, there's like a three running storyline. So it's kind of funny because so it bills itself as an MMO, but the things you would associate with an MMO, it doesn't really do to an aspect. So you only ever really have one quest at a time, and that's your main quest line.
Mm-hmm.
And you just kind of step through the main quest.
So there's no like sub quests.
You can pick up. You can like get scrolls to just like fire off random sub quests, but as a secondary quest. But that's kind of like the max. You don't like go to a town and go and speak to a load of vendors and pick up like 20 quests and then go out into the world. It's more of like you're just kind of following this line. There is like loads of other stuff to do. In fact, there's quite a wealth of other activities. There's obviously like a PvP arena. They've got like a sort of endless tower thing, so like with floors, so you're constantly going up, clearing the floors in this tower.
Oh, is that like PvE?
Yeah, so that's all PvE.
Oh, that's cool.
They have like daily dungeons for like daily loot stuff, and then there's like, you know, a whole bunch of different difficulty levels of those. Then there's elite dungeons, which you're supposed to go into like as a group, but you can basically solo into it, and other people will be in there fighting stuff as well.
Okay.
So you, but the interesting thing is, because it's on mobile, so it has the virtual thumbstick for movement, which is always a bit fiddly
Weird
and
yeah.
shit. And I think they kind of recognise this. So you've got the virtual thumbstick, and then on the other side you have like attack and your abilities and things. Yeah, and I think they recognise the fiddliness of the mobile controls. And there's basically like an auto quest, auto attack system. So like so for the main storyline, for example.
So this is like autoplay the game.
Yeah, pretty much.
Your character runs off, picks up a quest, goes and kills stuff.
Yeah, runs back.
Seriously?
Yeah. You can just sit and watch it.
What? Why? What's the?
Yeah, and like the character uses all the abilities. Like you can set the boundaries of like healing and mana potion usage. So like auto uses those. So yeah, it's quite. But I found myself kind of weirdly. It's kind of weirdly hypnotizing. You just kind of sit there like playing this thing, and obviously like you still do. There's quite a few systems on the character side. So obviously you have your gear, like your gear loadouts and stuff, and you have to level up your gear and to get higher ranked gear and all that sort of nonsense. And then obviously you have your abilities that you can level up, and then there's like a whole rune system where there's like different pages of runes that you level up to like a max thing, and all your gear is socketed or socketable, so there's gems and stuff to put into those. So there's all these other like little subsystems that you kind of manage on your dude.
Well, your dude's just running around doing quests and killing stuff.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. It's quite. I literally when I first installed it on, I think it was on Saturday. I probably played it for about 3 hours straight.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was a good 2-3 hours, I reckon. I'm currently like level 34.
Holy shit! You've only been playing a little bit then.
Yeah.
I suppose to be fair, I suppose it's really easy to play while you're at work because you just like autoplay.
Yeah, I mean, not that I have played it at work, but also it has a setting where like you can tell the game not to let your phone go into sleep mode. So like I'll be playing it on the bus, and I might have like a daily or weekly mission.
You might have a little sleep while your phone.
No, but like I might have a thing that says like, you know, you need to kill 50 of these dudes in an elite dungeon, so I can. If I'm getting towards the end of my bus journey, I can just stick it in my pocket, and you can just carry on fighting these guys, and then I get home and pull it out, and it's like, oh no, he's finished the quest. Nice.
He's picked up another one, and he's done that one too.
Oh, you have to like do the quest completion manually, and then you pick up the next one.
So it's not okay. So it's not fully automated.
But like at any point, you can take over manual control. You just turn it off and run around. But it's just fiddly to do that.
What's the point when the game will complete itself for you?
It's not quite that straightforward. Like the main story has, I've hit a couple of like level caps. Like you need to be level 32 to do the next story mission. So then you kind of have to actively like, okay, where can I get XP from? Like what stuff can I do, so I can progress.
Okay.
But yeah, like so it's free to play. I haven't felt the need or to spend any money on it.
Is the Lineage 2 game free to play on PC?
That's a good point. Actually, I don't know.
I will investigate because I need something new to play. / I don't really because
Just pick this up.
yeah, I could do.
So it's quite interesting. Like, it's kind of got me. It's had me interested for all of the 4 days that I've been playing it. We'll see how much further it continues to hold my interest. But for now, I'm kind of enjoying it. It's kind of fun. Like managing the thing. I'm actually managing to make progress with my character each day. Like yesterday I was my sort of, I think it's called combat power or whatever. It kind of dictates your kind of, this is how powerful you are. I was on like 47,000 whatever it is. Today I'm on like 55,000. So like I made a good
jump. Yeah.
Just by like upgrading my gear, like upgrading a bunch of runes.
What class are you playing?
I am a warrior, and then I've specialised into, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a warrior specialisation that focuses on like lifesteal.
Oh,
which is quite cool.
That's quite cool. Yeah.
Yeah, and there are
it's really good if you're AFK.
Yeah, it means he's definitely not going to die.
I'm sorry, I kind of like, as like a hardcore.
I know how it sounds.
As like a hardcore MMO player,
I would recommend you download and check it out and see what you think of it.
I will do this
because it sounds stupid, but there is something. I don't know.
It's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been I say for the few days that I have been playing it, I'm enjoying it, and it hasn't cost me anything, so I can't really complain. It's holding my interest for now, and we'll see how far I can push my character. I did kind of jump across so there's like a world map. I can see the next area and like some of the markers further on, like the areas are like recommended level 120 like stuff. So I've got a fair way to go.
Yeah, just a little bit of border climb. Not much. It does. How does the game? How does your phone do with like battery while you're playing the game?
Pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not one of those games that just saps your battery.
I mean, I'm on the new iPhone, and I've actually found that the battery on it is really good anyway. So today, when I got up this morning, I unplugged my phone. It was on max charge. Played some Star Wars on the bus. Played some Lineage on the bus. Played Vainglory at lunchtime. Played some more Lineage. I've also played some of the Animal Crossing, which I'm not going to talk about this week because I only played it for like an hour, so I'll probably talk about that next week. The Animal Crossing mobile game that came out yesterday, and done other phone stuff on my phone. So all of that, and I'm currently sitting at 46%.
Wow, that's pretty good to be fair.
Yeah, and it's Unreal Engine mobile thing, so it looks pretty. All
right, you convinced me. They're going to do it. I'm also going to play Animal Crossing on mobile because I played the first iteration of that and then didn't play any of it.
Yeah, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp is what it's called. It released yesterday. The servers were a bit iffy. It seemed all right last night when I started playing it, but I didn't play it very much. I tried to play it this morning and the servers had completely fallen over, so I couldn't log in.
Oh dear. Okay.
And then I played a bit this evening on the way over here, and it just seemed to be stable again.
Yeah, I'll pick this up as well, and we'll both have a play, and then we'll have a talk about it next week.
Yeah,
sounds good.
Sounds good. So I mean that's kind of what I've been playing. Other bits and bobs. I've been what else have I been playing? Played some usual stuff. I'm falling into Warframe. Been playing some Warframe.
You fall into my habits.
Overwatch.
Welcome to my world.
So Overwatch just did a free weekend on Xbox. I don't know if they did a free weekend on PS4.
It was on PC as well, yeah.
It was probably all platforms, I guess. So weirdly, a bunch of the guys in our Destiny clan, obviously Destiny's on a slight lull before DLC drops in 2 weeks.
You're telling me?
So a bunch of the guys who never got around to playing Overwatch before decided to give it a go for free over the weekend, and everyone's gone nuts for it. Like, we're talking about doing like full 6-man team comps and like doing regular sessions and like
that's really cool.
A lot of
you were telling me that a lot of them have actually bought the game now. Like
there's definitely a few of them. Yeah,
that's really cool. I like that.
So it's quite cool. Yeah, we were playing the other night as like a 6-man team and stuff. Yeah, it's good fun to actually have that kind of group communication and stuff. It means you're getting matched up against other full teams, so it's makes
six-man squads, like, it's just such a different environment for solo queue. Like,
massively.
Even in solo queue, if you get paired with like a team of 5, it's a huge difference. It's just makes such a huge difference. Yeah, I was watching a video actually on YouTube the other day about this team of like super high level players that queue as a 6-man and then leave groups mid queue, so they still get into the match as a 6-man, but it looks like they're playing 3-3. So which means they get matched with random people, like not a mixed, not a pre-made group basically.
Right.
Yeah, but it was interesting. A lot of them got fucking banned because that's like massively exploiting the game, like boosting SR ratings and stuff like that. Like, it's just stupid. Yeah, that's interesting. Talking about Hearthstone, Overwatch. I've not Hearthstone, not yet. Talking about Overwatch, I haven't played it in forever, and I think I'm going to pick it back up.
Yeah, because there's
Moira's out.
Yeah, Moira came out last week. Blizzard announced, I think it was today, they announced that she's actually bugged. I'm not sure how they didn't spot this for the last week, but her kind of DPS ball that she fires out, I thought it was a little bit harsh that it tracks people. Apparently it's not supposed to track people. So, yeah, that's kind of good to know, because she seemed a bit powerful.
Yeah, it was a bit strong.
Also, I think yesterday they put the Blizzard World map on the PTS. Yes. So I guess that'll be coming soon as well.
That's cool. I'm hyped for that. That looks really cool.
And actually, kind of slightly annoyingly, like, so I hadn't played in a while before this weekend. Certainly not before BlizzCon. And yeah, I played quite a few games the past few days. I still haven't played the Junkertown map.
That's annoying.
Yeah, I don't. It's just not coming up in the rotation for me.
I suppose like now there are quite a few different maps because you have the Moon map.
I'm getting the Moon one a lot. That's the one I seem to get more than anything. But yeah, I haven't had the pleasure of Junkertown yet.
Yeah, I need to get back on it because, like, as you're saying, Destiny's falling off. Like, I did the raid yesterday. That's it. Yeah. Like, I saw that Iron Banner's out, which incidentally is completely different from what Iron Banner used to be.
Yeah, it's actually it's not even Iron Banner.
It's not. It's just Clash.
I used Clash this time.
Yeah,
so yeah, this time around it's just a Clash playlist.
It's very stupid. It's so
yeah,
stupid.
there's no weapon perk advantage or gear level, like power level stuff.
It's all equalised.
It's just another PvP mode now, and it's just like that was the whole point of Iron Banner. Was like it was Iron Banner. It was like all the restrictions had lifted off.
You need to be the best to be the best.
But now it's just another normalised PvP mode.
Yeah. So my entire Destiny posse has been like, wow. We're kind of boycotting Destiny at the minute. So one of the guys in my group chat was like, I know, I've got a really good idea. Let's download Fortnite and play that. And everyone was like, yeah, okay, yeah, that sounds good. Let's do that. So I think a bunch of people are playing Fortnite at the minute. So
some of the guys in our clan have been dabbling in the Fortnite. I played it a bit. It didn't massively grab me, to be honest. I'm interested to pick up PUBG when it hits Xbox.
See, I'm not interested in PUBG. I think I don't know. It doesn't really. It's not my type of game. It
might be something I can dip into now and again. I don't think I'll like hardcore it or anything, but I think it would be nice, like if you've got half an hour to kill to just jump into a game. And
I really like the idea of like a battle arena, like a battle royale, arena, where like 20 people go in and one person comes out. Like that's really cool. But in the normal military style, it's not really my jam.
Yeah. There you go. Bungie, if you're listening, Destiny Battle Royale.
I'd be okay with that.
That'd be nuts.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I think what they call the Division did it really well.
Yes, Survival in Division was
they
probably
executed it really well.
Yeah, it was probably their best game mode. It's just a shame the player base drops off a cliff.
It's a shame they had so many fucking bugs.
Done that too. But I mean, yeah, they're still doing stuff. I think there's another patch coming
they're still
for
putting
Division.
out patches and stuff. Like
I'm really curious to know if they are actually working on Division 2, but I have a strong feeling that they're not.
I really hope they are, because they had the fundamentals for a really good game, but they released it like 6 months too early. Like if they'd have just spent more time fixing bugs instead of being too concerned with putting it out when they said they would.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was the fact that they released a string of patches and each one broke the game
that's
more.
The problem. Yeah, okay. So like the initial game wasn't too bad, but like the patches were what broke it.
Yeah, it was like the first.
They just needed to work on those.
The first big patch that launched the first incursion, like just completely broke the game, and then
it allowed
at least 2 or 3 patches, subsequent patches, just broke it even more.
I remember the first incursion patch allowed players to farm endlessly the weekly
I think
reward.
we've mentioned that on here before, actually.
They people were racking up like literally years worth of rewards for doing this.
Yeah, because you could just leave groups and join other groups that hadn't if the group leader hadn't completed it, you just got the rewards again.
Everyone got the rewards, and then they figured out a way to like one-shot the boss, which was stupid. Yeah. Anyway, that's old news. We already talked about that. What have I been playing?
What have you been playing?
Need to do
Perry, tell me, Perry, what have you been playing this week?
Nothing. No, I'm joking. I've been playing. So I played Destiny a little bit. Standard Destiny jargon. We're not going to go back into that. I picked up RuneScape again, and I've like
Kel surprise.
Yeah, I know. But I'm like setting up my priority list now and like my goals because I'm going to get back into it. Like,
so what's a priority list for
the
the uninitiated like myself?
So in RuneScape, you have your player-owned house, and within this house, you can construct a multitude of different things. Two of the things that I need to install. One of the things I have constructed because I'm awesome. The next one, I'm getting caught up on my herb lore level. Basically, my herb lore level needs to be higher before I can make the potions. So you can make this fountain in your house that when you drink from it, it replenishes all your stats and your health and stuff. But the last level of it, I can't get because I need like 87 herb lore to make a certain potion to put into the pool to upgrade it. So I need to grind out basically like 6 more herb lore levels, which is not an easy thing to do when you're an Iron Man because the only way I can get herbs is by doing farm runs and then killing stuff that drop lots of herbs, and like neither of those things are fun. So so before you came over, I did a herb run. When you leave, I'm going to do another herb run. Like that's basically it. So I'm lining up. I'm basically in like the boss phase of RuneScape now.
Right.
So like I spent earlier this week, actually Monday and Tuesday, I was learning Abyssal Sire, which is like a big demon style boss, and it's actually really hard. It's one of those bosses where you have to be like click perfect, otherwise you take dumb amounts of damage.
Right.
Yeah, but I managed to get like 20 odd kills. I got the method down, which I was happy with, and now I just need to like keep going at it and get the items that I need.
Nice.
That's about it, really. I've been playing. I also have been playing South Park, Stick of Truth.
No. It's not Stick of Truth, is it?
No, it's not Stick of Truth. It's the Fractured But Whole. Yeah, I didn't play Stick of Truth. I completed that years ago. Sorry, it's been a long day.
You're struggling.
Yeah.
It's all the meat.
Yeah,
too much meat.
I'm falling asleep. No, I'm not. I'm joking.
You're not joking.
I played the Fractured But Whole, and the game, like, it has this way of just making you play more. Like,
have you finished it yet?
No, I've not finished it yet, but I think I'm getting close. I just saved a bunch of cats from Butters, who was like taking the ammonia from their pee to make explosives. like there's this scene where like you open a shutter, so it's set in like the storage box.
Yeah, because that was in the first game.
Yeah, and you open one of the shutters, and then there's just a bunch of crackheads in there, like with tubes and then vials like connected to a cat's bum, while it's like collecting the ammonia from this. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? It's absolutely insane. Yeah. But like it has this effect where you're like, all right, I'll just play to the next fight. All right, I'll just keep playing to the next fight. Like,
oh, that's cool.
But it got to like 2 a.m. and I was just like, I need to stop playing this. I need to go to bed. So I'm gonna pick up some more of that, because now that Destiny's falling off, I need like actual titles to,
sustain me.
Yeah.
It's dark winter nights.
I think I might, because we're really shit and education isn't doing its thing. Like we're not recording education videos. Like,
oh yeah,
we've been really crap at that. I might just start recording like my own playthroughs of videos.
Yeah,
Just as
it's not a bad
because
shout.
I need to do The Witcher, I need to do Shadows of Mordor, I need to do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
On my plate.
I was actually thinking, yeah, I haven't actually mentioned this idea to you, but yeah, why not? Like,
Do
let's
it, tell
float
me.
this. I was thinking because I do tend to dip in and out of my mobile games quite a lot. I was thinking
Mhm.
of doing like maybe like a 5-minute mobile game review type thing whenever I play a new game, because I quite often certainly on the iOS App Store, it kind of updates on a sort of Thursday night, Friday morning. So I always
Yeah.
look at what the new game releases are and kind of quite often just pick stuff out to just mess around with, to see what's new. So
It's a good shout. I mean, mobile gaming's like it's becoming more and more of a popular thing because you can just do it on the fly. So
and now that I've discovered that, I think it was the latest iOS 11 thing, I can record my screen natively in the thing, which someone at work told me about, and I was excited.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so I can actually record stuff.
Do it.
directly on my
Record some
phone.
footage and then like
Yeah.
record some footage, write some stuff up, and then just do like a quick 5-6 minute review. That'd be a really cool little video series.
Heard it here first.
There you go. Heard it here first, guys. Look out for
Thanks.
Ed's reviews.
We need to come up with a catchy title.
Red views.
What?
No,
No.
that sounds.
I'll think about it later.
And-
Don't worry. I can
I
see
can't
you're
do
going to
it.
hurt yourself.
Can't do it. It's just painful.
Got meat on the brain.
And in my veins.
What else should we talk about? Should we talk about our good old friends at EA? EA. Yeah, I don't know what I was going to say. That.
Fuck it up again. Yeah, we should. Let's
So
talk
just
about that.
it was so just after we recorded last week's podcast,
It was literally the day after, wasn't it?
it wasn't even the day. I think I got home and looked at the news on my phone to discover that, because it was the evening before the launch of Battlefront 2. Yeah, I got home, looked at my phone, and was like, EA have pulled all the microtransactions out of Battlefront 2.
Woo!
It's like, sorry, what?
Yay!
So apparently what went down is someone high up at Disney gave someone high up at EA a phone call, and then a few hours later they pulled all the microtransactions. So, take from that what you will.
Yeah, well.
It wasn't quite deemed a win because of the wording. They have temporarily pulled microtransactions. It's not like we're getting rid of them.
Now, when they did this, didn't they delete everyone's cards?
No, that was an update yesterday. So,
okay. This is different. All right.
yeah, that was a different thing. They basically released a patch, and people were logging in. This was only on PC, I think. I think the patches are kind of staggered between platforms. So they released a patch on PC yesterday, and people were logging in to find out all their progress and all their star cards had been reset. So you can imagine people were really happy about that. Fortunately, they did fix it, and everything was like back to how it was. But I could imagine.
How do you fuck up that bad? Like,
It's like, hey,
you know someone at EA just got fired.
It's like, we really need to like generate some goodwill with these people. I know, let's remove all their progression.
Yeah, we need to make our fans again.
Yeah.
Like,
So that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty funny.
that's pretty funny.
I mean, by the time I read this, it had already been fixed, but
Yeah.
it doesn't make it any less hilarious.
Yeah, it's still super laughable.
But yeah, so I mean, they also. It kind of sounds like you're hating on Battlefront 2 a lot, but that's not what this is about. I
No,
think
not at all.
the thing is, it's kind of all this kind of hatred towards loot boxes and microtransactions is kind of come to a head with Battlefront 2, and that's where the focus has been on. But again, like Monday, I think it was, EA released a patch for Need for Speed Payback to try and fix the loot box issue in there. They haven't removed the microtransactions that they have in Battlefront, but they have apparently bumped up the rewards substantially and made like in-game rewards more substantial to sort of try and quell the grind a bit, because all the reviews just slated it, saying like the grind in this game is ludicrous.
Yeah. It's talking about loot boxes and EA's decision to remove them. So
is this the Belgium thing?
This is the Belgium thing, yeah. Belgian Minister of Justice has just forbid loot boxes from being in games. As in, like, if there are loot boxes in a game, then it will not be launched in Belgium.
It'd be interesting to see how quickly this takes effect and kind of what the knock-on of this.
So they are deemed to be a gambling method, and as such not allowed in the game since they do not have a gambling license. So
interesting.
Yeah,
and there was also
the even more interesting part of this is he wants to take this to the European Union and make it like European policy, not just Belgium. Like,
wow.
And I think he could get it. I think this is something that could be a thing. So hopefully this goes towards the effort to removing loot boxes.
Yeah. And in a sort of similar vein, there was a Democrat senator in Hawaii who did a press conference yesterday. Basically, the press conference was basically how EA are evil and are preying on children to get them to pay them loads of money. He even used the phrase "it's a trap" in his speech.
Did he actually?
Yeah, it was quite good.
That's excellent.
So he's making waves in Hawaii. That wasn't even supposed to be a pun, but it kind of was.
You're an awful person.
I genuinely didn't mean that. He's making noises in the States, in the kind of US political arena towards the sort of a similar. He's gearing towards a similar sort of outcome. They want. He's seeing it as a serious kind of, again, like it's all coming back to like it being a gambling thing, and the fact that these games are targeting children, and it's kind of gambling targeting children.
A bit off topic, but it's still on the topic of EA. I saw a post on Lineage today, and it was about net neutrality.
Yeah, that's been all over the place.
That's been all over the place. Yeah, the FCC are getting rid of net neutrality in America, which is hilarious. But like, one of the post was like, imagine if EA ran the internet. That is what will happen if we get rid of net neutrality. And I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty fucking good analogy. Like, that's exactly what will happen.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be playing microtransactions. Like, apparently, so there's a company that already do this in the Philippines, like an ISP that does this in the Philippines, and like you use a credit system, so you buy credits from your ISP and you redeem them to get like an hour of YouTube time, an hour of WhatsApp time.
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's insane.
No.
It's nuts. It's fucking nuts.
That sounds horrendous.
So this is what our friends in America have to deal with.
No.
Yeah. I'm watching this topic closely because I really want to know what's going to go on with this, because like it's not just America that will be affected. Like, how many huge companies run out of America?
A lot.
Yeah,
I'm going to say a lot.
Let's just say a lot. Let's say like half the internet runs out of America. Like,
yeah, I mean, you've got the old Silicon Valley. That's got to account for a good chunk of the tech. Certainly the big tech companies.
Mm. But if this bill gets passed and they can then like sell their their services to users, that is not just going to affect America. It's going to affect everyone globally who uses the service.
Can't let it happen, Perry. Don't let them.
I'll go.
Give them a call.
I'll be like, look, you.
Stop it.
Stop it, or we're going to go fisticuffs. That's just not a scary. It's not a threat.
No.
It's just basically a cuddle.
Is it?
Pretty much, yeah. It's like I'll just cuddle you until you stop.
It's just taking a very weird.
Beat them with love. No, that's weird. Yeah, so random detour. Sorry. Back onto the topic of loot crates and.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot more to say.
No, we've talked this topic into the ground, I think.
I mean, it is interesting that all this stuff has come to a head, and there does seem to be some movement against them now. I
feel like EA's decision to remove microtransactions from Battle.net,
temporarily,
even temporarily, I think is a good move. Like, it at least shows that they're willing to.
Yeah, but does
readjust.
It, or did Disney just phone them up and say, "Fucking sort it out"? Like, because it's their brand that was being like dragged through the mud because of this.
And like, let's reiterate as well, like the game itself is not a bad game.
No,
like
it's
the
not
people that developed it, and
Dice have done a good job.
They've done a hugely great job.
And like,
But it's just this whole
it's just overshadowed everything.
by this corporate fucking monster trying to
Yeah.
drain as much money as they can out of their player base.
Yeah.
Shame.
I mean, I don't think we mentioned it last week, but there was, maybe I did mention it last week, I can't remember. Last week was a long time ago. There was an article, I think it was a couple of months ago now, about how I think it was leaked that some guy had spent 15 grand on loot boxes in Mass Effect 3, which was an EA game. So you can kind of you can kind of almost see why they were like, hey, these loot boxes are generating us a shitload of money.
Let's
like,
put them in every game we own.
They need to be in everything. Because when you think about it, like, instead of this one person buying a game for $60, they got this person to buy a game for $60 and then give them £15,000. Like, it's insane. Like, of course they're going to want to stick this in everything.
No, like, the people I feel sorry for are, like, the clueless parents that have given their kids their credit card. So, and the reason I bring this up is because my brother did it to my mum a little while ago.
Right.
He was like, "Oh, I just need your credit card so I can sign up for this account. Like, it won't charge you for anything. It's fine." And like, it didn't, but it then linked my mum's bank card to his PSN account. So he's in Minecraft and he's just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna buy this and I'm gonna buy that and I'm gonna buy this." And mum's like, "Where is all this going?" And I'm like, "We're buying stuff clearly." And he's just like, "I've not bought a thing. No, it's doing it himself. I haven't done a thing."
Yeah, it's completely unaware. It's like money
it's like
being exchanged. It's like it's just in the
this
Minecraft store.
10-year-old kid is like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I can buy it. It's telling me I can buy it.
Yeah.
Poor parents. But also, don't put your bank. Like, if you are a parent, just don't.
There must be
put your bank card. There are so many solutions.
Yeah, I was
just
gonna say, there
get
must be
like a
parental control
buy
things.
like a money card, like because you can buy PSN currency with real money, like a little card.
Yeah,
You can
yeah,
go
a
into
gift card,
game,
yeah.
buy a gift card for PSN currency, give it to your kid. Don't be dumb.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of. I mean, it's been interesting kind of following this stuff because I've seen, like, obviously on Reddit, there's been a lot of posts across, not even in the Battlefront Reddit, but like obviously other subreddits have been picking up on this. Like, you know, there's been posts in the Destiny subreddit, there's been posts in the Warframe subreddit. And there's been a lot of people coming out, like speaking out against loot boxes who kind of feel they are essentially gambling addicts, is what they kind of equate themselves to. Is they buy loot boxes, and they generate, it's a kind of addiction. It's kind of hard for me to kind of.
Well, no, you've just hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
It is exactly that.
Yeah.
It's gambling. Like,
it is a gambling.
People
addiction.
are like, "Oh, I'll just buy one more, see what I get."
Yeah.
I'll just get one more.
I mean, there was one post of this guy that I read. He was essentially working 2 jobs to be able to afford loot boxes in a mobile game, because he was trying to keep up with the top tier whales who obviously just throw money at it.
Yeah.
But he was wanting to compete and wanting all the new stuff, and he actively got another job to fund the purchase of like this virtual stuff, which is
bizarre.
Just crazy. And like he was in a position now where he like recognized he had a problem with it and sought out sort of financial like planning help and like addiction counselling, and kind of you know, cleaned himself up. Seems a weird way of putting it, but he kind of recognised that himself, that it was becoming massively unhealthy and detrimental to, you know, his well-being,
his literal life.
Yeah. And so for people to say like, "Oh, loot boxes, you know, just don't buy them," like they're being pushed in such a way that it is affecting people's lives. Like this is not just you could buy it or not buy it. Like there are people out there who have like genuine problems with this stuff.
Yeah, it's like it's not just a case of just don't buy them. Like,
and there's zero regulation. That's what it comes down to. Like these companies are able to just push them on whoever, and and you know that's why people have had a problem with them so long, and why it's all kind of just blown up over the past week with just how EA has decided to make them like an integral part.
That's the worst bit, is like when the loot box becomes an integral part of the game. Like where, like in the case of what you just said, the guy cannot keep up with the big players unless he does consume this and you spend his money on these loot boxes like to get the stuff that he needs. Like,
and I will always come back to Overwatch as one of the titles that
they do it perfectly.
Yeah, it's perfectly. And I always, when I'm talking to people, I always use this example. It's like you can have player A who spends 0 money on loot boxes, and you can have player B who spends 10 grand on loot boxes. The game they play is identical. Yeah, there's no change.
It's not changed, except the colours of your character.
Yeah, whatever. They have got it like 100% right. They are A, completely optional to the experience. B, you get a steady drip feed as you're leveling up, and the weekly brawls and stuff give you a few extras. They chuck in a few bonus ones every now and again. So you know you're getting them every now and again, a drip feed. But yeah, like they don't change how you experience the game, and that is the key for me personally.
Good job, Blizzard.
Yeah,
keep up.
So yeah, we should probably stop talking about loot box.
Another loot box episode. Souls guys. I don't know. What do you want to talk about now? What new stuff is there?
Let's talk about music.
Let's talk about music. Okay. Let's talk about Hearthstone really quickly before we click this link. Right. And we talk about some of the stupid cards.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with the reveals. I've seen a few.
It's the legendaries that are like, what?
Yeah, the legendary weapons that they keep. We touched on this talking about the BlizzCon stuff last week.
Oh, did we?
So yeah, we give. Well, no, we just said that they're giving all classes legendary weapons. The key one that they released yesterday.
This is the druid weapon, right?
The druid one, which is just stupid.
So it's a 4-mana 1/5 weapon.
Is it 1/5?
It's 1/5. It does 1 damage and it has 5 durability. So now, let's just to calculate it, you have to use it on turn 4, and then by turn 9 you get the death rattle effect. Death rattle effect is gain 10 mana crystals, isn't it?
Yep. Because ramp druids need
more ramp, right?
Need some help.
I mean, what the fuck? This basically is the same as... So this is the same as the Mage Legendary quest card that gives you another turn. Because that's essentially what it's doing. Like, it gives you another turn, and it gives you 10 more mana crystals it's just stupid.
Is there anything... I was trying to think, Druid hasn't got any tools to trigger death rattles or just destroy its own weapon.
No, but if they wild growth twice and then drop that, they're going to have like 10 mana crystals by the time their opponent has 6.
And I guess you've got stuff like Feral Rage and other bits and bobs which can buff the damage on it as well.
Yeah.
So it's actually...
Oh yeah, every time you use the hero power, it gives it plus 1 attack.
So it goes up to 2. Which makes it decent.
It's decent anyway. Like,
I mean, Feral Rage makes it a 5 attack.
It needs to have no attack on the weapon.
But then how would you trigger the death rattle? Because you wouldn't be able to use it.
Shut up. Well, no, because that balances it. Because then you can only use it once you've used a spell that increases your attack.
Oh, or your hero
power.
Yeah, okay.
That balances it hugely.
Well, maybe that'll happen. Let's see what happens when the expansion comes up.
In before, there you go, Blizzard. Shove that in your fucking druid pipe.
I mean, the thing is, it's not like Druid needs any help at the moment anyway. It's probably the toppest of the top
It's the most broken class there is currently. Like, Jade Druid has something stupid like a 72% win rate or something dumb.
Jesus.
It's ridiculous. It's unbeatable. Even with the nerfs that came in. Like, nerfs.
Yeah, the nerfs they did earlier in the summer that was supposed to like fix Druid, which
didn't fix Druid.
Yeah, didn't do anything.
So that's dumb.
Yeah.
We spoke about the priest one already.
Yeah, I haven't looked at any of the other.
I saw that.
I think I heard that the paladin weapon was revealed, but I haven't seen it yet.
Should we look for it?
Yeah, you put up the old Hearthstone. It'll be on the front page if it's there. This is fun and interactive.
Fun and interactive content.
Oh, there it
Here we
is.
go. So it's a 3-mana 2/2 unidentified maul, gains a bonus effect in your hand. Oh, so the longer you have it in your hand, it gains another effect.
I don't know. I don't really understand how that works.
Yeah, that's view details.
4 different bonuses. So does it like
Oh,
gain?
okay. So there are different bonus effects. So Purifies Maul gives it a battle cry, gives your minions Divine Shield. Sacred Maul, battle cry, give your minions Taunt. Wow. Champions Maul, summon 2/1 2/1/1 Silverhand recruits. Blessed Maul, battle cry, give your minions +1 attack. And
Okay.
this must rotate every time.
Well, I don't know. It's either going to set itself. I guess it has to rotate.
It's not legendary either.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It's rare.
Oh, it's just a normal weapon. Oh shit! So there's actually a legendary weapon to come. Oh, okay. So Paladin's getting 2 new weapons, at least.
Okay, so this isn't the
Yes.
false alarm. This isn't the legendary card.
So maybe it does just set itself when you get it into your hand. I don't know. I think
it'll be
clarification.
every turn you have this in your hand, it changes the effect.
It doesn't say that though. It just says gain a bonus effect in your hand. So maybe once you draw it, it sets to one of the 4.
Maybe that's kind of too RNG.
It's a bit vague as well.
Yeah, it's a bit vague.
Let's see. Okay. Silver recruit an 8-cost minion.
What's recruit?
I can't remember.
Is it like you pick
I
the?
think it summons it from your deck.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what recruit is. I'm not sure. I haven't been following the card reveal, the new expansion stuff that closely, to be fair.
Zola the Gorgon.
Legendary, neutral legendary.
3-mana 2/2. Choose a friendly minion. Add a golden copy of it to your hand. Why does it have to be golden?
What does that do?
I mean, duplicating something on the field, put it in your hand is good, but why does it need to be golden?
That doesn't do anything.
It's stupid.
It's kind of dumb.
Anyway, let's maybe I'm going to do some research on these and then I'll talk about them in a different
Do it.
thing. Do it properly.
Perry's Hearthstone.
Perry's Hearthstone
Hour.
section.
Hour.
Do jingle.
Yeah, I still need to make some jingles.
You do need to make some jingles. You need to jingle me up.
I need to make some jingles.
What?
Jingles bells for the Christmas podcast.
No, no, don't do that. All right, let's talk about. Let's click this link and we can talk about this thing that you.
It's on that one. Click it. So this is just something I found the other day that I thought was quite a nice little random thing to talk about. The National Video Game Arcade, who are based in Nottingham, are launching a sort of video game music festival.
We're celebrating video game music.
It's going to be on January over 2 days, January the 19th and 20th next year. It's going to be called All Your Bass. Get it? That's great. So they have a headline act of Japanese composer, who I'm going to horribly butcher the name of, Masaya Matsura, who's going to do some talks about his recent works, and he's composed a soundtrack for the National Video Game Arcade itself.
Okay.
Which would be interesting.
So what has this guy worked on?
Parappa the Rapper is probably his most famous work. It's a much beloved music game. If you don't know about it, you should probably leave.
I'll go.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck Parappa the Rapper
do you
is.
not know Parappa the Rapper?
What is it? Tell me. Educate me.
It's hard to explain. We'll watch some videos later. It's a music game.
Okay. Cool.
But it had a very unique style, and the music in it was awesome.
So this is going to be based at the University of Nottingham.
Yes, because it says so there. Yeah, it's quite an interesting little thing. I mean, if you're
It is in
interesting.
the
Midlands,
we should go to this because it's not far away.
yeah, it's a couple of hours on the train.
Not even
Maybe we
that.
should go to it.
We should go to it.
Yeah, middle of January.
Interesting. Well, look out for that if you guys are. If there's anyone out there that's like a big music fan, like I'm a big music fan. This appeals to me. This is really cool. There are a bunch of video game scores that I just absolutely adore. Like anything that Final Fantasy produce.
I mean,
just amazing.
video game music in itself has become quite a big thing because quite often.
Have you heard the Hyperlight Drifter album?
Yeah, and like, obviously I'm thinking of Zelda in particular, but they do like the live orchestral score evenings where they like.
Yeah, they do. They
get the orchestra.
Final Fantasy do their own one.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy the other one. Yeah, Distant Planets, Distant Worlds. That's what it's called, not Distant Planets.
So yeah, these kind of nights are like video game music is quite popular in its own right. I mean, rightly so. Like a lot of good soundtrack. I mean, Destiny 2, like soundtrack on that's amazing.
Aces. I think one of my favourite ever soundtracks is Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. That's like up there as for good soundtracks.
Off the top of my head, one of mine would have to be Jet Set Radio Future. Like
fantastic soundtrack.
Like, completely bonkers, but really good soundtrack.
Amazing soundtrack.
Again, crazy Japanese musicians.
Crazy Japanese musicians.
Those crazy Japanese.
Those crazy Japanese guys and their music.
But video game music's like, it's just big in its own right.
Yeah.
It's good.
It is good.
It's nice. It's nice.
I like the fact that we're celebrating it. Like, it should be celebrated.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what other stuff they kind of have lined up at this.
Yes.
Little thing.
Let's get tickets. We'll go.
Okay. Sold.
What have you got to talk about?
I don't know. Not much, to be fair.
Not much. We can leave this a short episode. There's not a lot I've talked about. The main thing I wanted to talk about was the FCC thing.
Yeah, we've been pretty rubbish this week. It's probably loads of stuff happened.
There probably is, but we've just been a bit too preoccupied.
Yeah, you've been working too hard.
Yeah, it's too hard. I've already it's Wednesday and I've already worked like 60 hours. I'm like, I'm done. We're gonna finish this and I'm gonna continue working. Love my life.
Yeah.
Let's wrap. Hit me with your fact.
Let's do the fact.
And we will be less shit next week. Apologies.
Or we won't.
We won't, no. I'm not going to do anything differently. I'm going to wing it like I always do. Because it seems to work.
Okay, so fact of the week.
Fact of the week. Jingle, jingle. Jingle, fact of the week.
See? Improv jingle.
Improv jingle.
Don't need to make jingles. We can wing it.
Improv
them. Okay, so my fact this week. China has an unofficial League of Legends themed restaurant called Demacia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it. Demacia. Okay, let's go with that. All the waiters and waitresses cosplay popular characters, not necessarily their favourite characters, but they cosplay characters from the game. And all the dishes and drinks are named after items in the game.
I like this. Can we go to China just to go to this restaurant?
Yeah, if you're paying, yeah.
I'll buy you dinner in the restaurant.
That's as tempting as an offer as that is.
Worth it just for me buying you dinner for once. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah,
to be honest, like these sorts of places are all over the place in like Korea and Japan and stuff. Because I was watching the Korea versus the World Hearthstone thing, and the British casters that went over there were like, it's just insane. Like the devotion to esports that Korea has is just nuts. Like you can literally walk down any street and there is something related to esports.
Wow.
Yeah. And they were like, if you are an esports fan, you should go to Korea at least once in your life.
Okay.
Because you will like it.
Let's go to Korea. It's just turning into quite a road trip.
Yeah, this is a road trip.
Nottingham.
Guys playing games
China,
world tour.
Korea.
Big road trip. Just go around the world while we're at it. Like, visit every esports venue in the world. Actually, this is completely off topic as well, but I saw a picture on Imager that was like, it was a Google Maps image of every pub in the UK, like with a pointer on it. And there were like something like 78,000 pubs.
Jesus.
Yeah. Pub crawl. Let's go. 78,000 pints. Yeah, I can do that. That's fine. You know.
Nice. That's a hell of a weekend.
Well, on that note, I think we're going to wrap here.
Yeah.
I think we're all talked out. I think.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that's what
that was me. That was me being all talked out.
Okay, good.
I'm not saying anything.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks.
Please do all of that.
Putting up with this.
Putting up with us. Yeah, putting up with this episode. I promise you it'll be better next week. Do all.
This is our mid-season filler episode.
It is. Yeah. This is our just before Christmas filler episode.
Yeah.
It's like
we need to plan something big for just before Christmas. Otherwise, this is
cosplay episode.
What? How does that work?
Well, if you're listening to the podcast, you fucked. But if you're watching it on YouTube,
that's a terrible idea.
It's a terrible idea.
Well, we're gonna line up a big guest for Christmas.
He's going to be like 7 foot. He's going to be a big guest
on stilts. Okay, let's stop now.
Yeah, let's stop now. Thank you for tuning in. We've been Guys Playing Games. Do all of that good stuff, like, comment, favourite, and all that sort of stuff. And we will see you guys next week.
Yeah.
Take care.
Lucky you. Bye.